We are here once again with the champ himself, Mr. Heaney. Welcome back, and you've still got that lovely moustache in memory of Dad.
Well, yeah, I actually did. I think when I last saw you at the Warsaw, I had it shaved off. I'm sure I shaved it off.
It was there.
Was it? No, I removed it straight away.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, I removed it straight away. But then I thought to myself, obviously I got away with it last time because it's November, so you could grow a weird moustache like this and get away with it. But I thought to myself, nah, at least this time it won't be November. It's literally just, I am just doing it in memory of my dad. So whether I keep it in the future, who knows? But I'm definitely having for this fight. I was going to shave it off last night because I thought I'm going to have pictures taken. I thought I looked dead weird. But I thought, nah, I'm going to keep it. It's the sentiment more than the look of me.
It suits you.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
You know, and it's sort of like a trademark now. We're sort of going with the 80s theme with boxing anyway. So Tom Selleck.
Throw back to the 80s as well, yeah.
Talk to us about this fight then. Brad Paul's made it clear that he thinks that you're fighting him as an English champion because you believe that he's an easy touch. His thoughts on himself?
Yeah, it's one of them. Like, obviously, you look to the division, and the top 15 in the middleweights are all very good. All of them are good. But the only difference is he's the only one with the English title. The other ones haven't even got it. I don't think the rest have got titles, or if they have, they're with Matchroom or something, and you're never going to be able to set them fights up anyway. So Brad was I wish his English title was on the line, to be honest, because I'd want to win that English title. Although he's below the British, it doesn't make some difference. I would love to have won the title. So whether Frank can control, I don't know, but I doubt it. But no, he's not an easy touch at all. So if he thinks that, well, it is what it is in each sport. But yeah.
You're going to know him quite well because you know Tyler Denny's fought him, you know, part of the BCB crew. Shout out to those, shout out to Errol Johnson. Tips and tactics and tape to look over. You've got a perfect example to look over his previous fights, haven't you?
Yeah, but you can't take anything from a Tyler Denny fight because Tyler Denny, one, he's extremely awkward, and two, he's way better than what you think he is or what people think he is. I know how good he is, but and he's a southpaw as well. That completely changes the dynamics of a fight, particularly an individual fight. So I can't take anything from that whatsoever. I've seen him against Ryan Kelly. He did very good with Ryan. And some other fighters as well, but I don't really look too much into fights. I let that to Steve. I do watch them. I pick up little attributes of them. Did he wilt under pressure, or have they got a good jab, blah, blah, blah. And he's got very good attributes all around. So, yeah, it's just, I'll leave it to Steve to come up with what we need to do.
When you leave a lot of that to your coach, what do you actually concentrate on? Because some fighters like to look at tape, don't they? They like to look at their opponent. We can say that you're there perfecting your craft or getting better at what you do. But when your coach says, yep, this is the fighter that we've got, I'm going to review him, what is then your sole focus?
Just the training, making sure you're ticking every single box and doing every single run, everything that you're doing and picking up the momentum each week to progress. But like when you're looking at fights and stuff, you don't really need to look at them too much because let's face it, Denzel Bentley could have watched all the tape of me you could have, but no way in a million years would he have thought the fight that turned up on the night was the fight that would have been there. No way. So you could watch one fight and you can box a completely different way. So it's almost pretty much like, say, you just look at attributes of them and just then you pick the whole picture of the fight up as opposed to their actual technical prowess within a fight.
The rise of Nathan Heaney then, the rise that you've come from the small horse shows to, you know, becoming a champion yourself, a British champion, that development, that hard graft and where it's put you instead. Fair enough, you're fighting an English champion, but you want belts, you want more titles. Talk to us about that graft and how Frank Warren's helped you build your career, of course, with your own performances.
It's given me the platform with TNT Sports and previously BT Sports, obviously, give my city of Stoke-on-Trent a big show to be on and obviously to be something to be proud of. For us to, and when I say proud of, I mean like just what we bring as a whole event to the shows, like the atmosphere from the Stokies and obviously me performing on the nights and stuff, and it all comes together to me really, really special night. So obviously that platform's been given by Frank, and then but my guys in terms of my supporters and stuff have all put the work in to make these nights special, and it all comes together to make something special. Like so, and we just keep progressing. So that's the most important thing.
But one of the other most important things is activity. We talk about fighters that sometimes can get sat on the shelf, sometimes can end up in the who needs him club. You know, you've got a target on your back, you've got the belt, it's attractive, people want that. But activity, talk to us about that and how that helps develop you as a fighter. I know it sounds basic, but there's only so much sparring, there's only so much training you can do. You've got to get out there and perform, right?
Yeah, well, in the build-up to my last fight, I think it was 7 months between that fight and the Jack Flatley one, and I was actually getting ready for 2 different dates that either fell through or wasn't on in the end. So I was training non-stop for 7 months, and you sort of get this, you sort of become a little bit stale, you get a little bit bored, whereas what's been fun about this one, or good, is I've had a week off, straight back in the gym, and then within, 6 weeks, you're being told you've got another fight coming up, which will be in 2 months' time, and it's just, you got something to get straight into then, and obviously keep that momentum going and build on the fitness he had in the last fight. So it is better to fight more regular, and I think once every 4 months is ideal.
The phenomenal support that you get from your fans, the fans that will travel absolutely anywhere, but now we're more closer to home. We're in Birmingham, not too far for the Stoke fans to get to. Talk to us about that.
Yeah, no matter where we fight, it's always an hour away. So an hour away in Manchester, an hour away in
Salford.
Well, even Salford's it's like 15 miles away, but it takes an hour to get there because all the through roads and stuff. But yeah, so it's, my guys always have to travel. But like I said up there, the idea is to win this fight so I can come back to Stoke-on-Trent and fight in my own town at the football ground. And if I win this fight, I can't see why that can't happen.
I've got to mention this because it is on the same platform, as it were. We talk about the Saudi involvement in boxing. We saw the fights get announced for that. The first one I'm going to ask you about is Usyk versus Fury, or Fury Usyk, for that undisputed. Talk to us about that fight and who you think wins.
Yeah, it's a fantastic fight. For me, Fury wins in terms of he's not going to underestimate Usyk at all, and he's very, very tall and very big, and he should have the attributes to keep Usyk at length. Obviously, there's going to be times where Usyk can squirm his way in there and so on, but I just feel Fury's going to have too much for him in terms of attributes and size and in the way he can move and so on.
I know it's a weight category above yours, as is the heavyweights. However, we talk about Artur Beterbiev versus Dimitri Bivol. Talk to us about that fight and how you see that fight going.
Yeah, I think Bivol's a very good boxer, and obviously keeps the range and stuff, and he's very strong, and you can see how he nullified Canelo when he boxes, kept the range. But I just think Beterbiev is very defensively better than what you would assume he is. It's just the way he just covers up and just takes the range off and then squeezes back in. But he's so efficient with what he does in terms of the way he throws his shots. They're saying he's more powerful than he ever has been. That's a load of rubbish. He's had 90 knockouts. But what he's very good at, he's very efficient. He's technical. It's like every shot's like this. You don't even throw it hard with power. He just goes and he punches through the head and he just do. He's not even trying that hard. That's why at the age of 39 he's able to still keep that momentum going, because he's not using a load of, he's not like and whacking all the shots in. He's just literally just calculating, and he's just busting them up, and it's just brilliant. Yeah,
I couldn't have described that better myself. There's something that His Excellency, I've got to say, because that's what he's called, Turki Al Sheikh, says that there's a possibility that should the winner of that fight go on to fight Jai Pataya, move up.
Yeah.
Your thoughts? I'm going to ask your thoughts on Bivol Opataya first.
Yeah, I haven't really watched Opataya too much. Obviously, I saw when he knocked, was it Zorro he knocked out?
Yeah,
I saw that, but I've never really watched him, so I can't really comment on him in terms of a fighter. They're obviously just very, very good fighters themselves in terms of Bivol, and I can't see why they can't step up one weight class to do the job.
Well, we see the women that are fluctuating through weight classes. I know it's slightly different for men, but it's still an interesting fight. I will not ask you about Beterbiev, Jai Pataya then. Yeah. I'll move on to Joshua Ngannou. Your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I watched the Fury Ngannou fight back yesterday, I think it was, and I just thought Ngannou was way better than what I anticipated he was going to be. He kept his shape well, and he punched really, really hard. And I mean, Fury even landed an elbow on him at one point back since, and he didn't even flinch. So Joshua's got to really box well because that lad can really whack. So it's not a totally gimme, but obviously Joshua should win. He should win. If he just uses his boxing ability, you should keep him at range all the time, which he's very good at doing that. So, but it is an exciting fight.
And finally then, Zhang versus Parker. Parker versus Zhang. The rise of it's like these guys they're rising in the boxing sport, aren't they?
Yeah, I personally think Zhang's probably one of the best out of all of them. Just in the terms of the way he holds his shape as a southpaw. He's big, strong, he holds the distance really well. I think he's a nightmare for them all.
We love it. Listen, Nathan, all the best. Yeah. I'll be there because it's local to me. Yeah. I ain't missing this fight. Yeah. So all the best on your journey. Thank you. And keep the moustache, it suits you.
I'll try my best. I'll get rid of it after the fight, but I'll go back for the next one.
People say I'm toxic, and honestly, I don't care.